On that off.
Get it on here in sunny Jacksonville after that season opening loss in Houston last week, and the Broncos winners out in East Rutherford, New Jersey against the Giants. There are your two coaches, Vic Fangio, all kinds of pressure on his shoulders. Year 3 to get things turned around. A good first step for them last week. And Urban Meyer, first time in his coaching career, he lost a season opening game. Hard to believe. Last week against the Texans. There's your weather. It rained hard here overnight into this morning. You woke up, the clouds were black, but sun has come out. Temperatures in the low 80s, and that humidity is thick. Broncos win the toss, elect to defer, and so they'll put their defense with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb onto the field against Trevor Lawrence. Here's Jamal Agnew from just inside his own end zone, and he is cut down short, barely able to cross the 15-yard line after a return of 17. So here comes Trevor Lawrence. Psychologically, how quickly can he put last week behind him? And how about this? First regular season loss in his football career. Incredible.
Spiro, this year is about learning for Trevor Lawrence, making the difficult throws when it demands, but learning when to take chances, when not, and he's got to have that mental toughness. We'll see how he responds. I have a lot of confidence in him.
Played at Cartersville High School in Atlanta. First step in what has been an incredible football journey already. 1st and 10 as they begin from right around their own 17-yard line. This is James Robinson moving that pile, hoping to be a much bigger part of their offensive attack. Alexander Johnson on the tackle for Denver. One of the big surprises with the Jacksonville team in the offseason, their new GM Trent Baalke, no upgrades, no real changes with their starting offensive line. In fact, it's the exact same group, Jay, as last year.
They have to be much better. 10 penalties, 7 in the first half, 4 before the snap last week. It was very sloppy and undisciplined.
Lawrence from the gun on 2nd and 6. Play action, the fake handoff. He fires near side. That's Marvin Jones, one of the newest pieces to this Jacksonville offense. How about this Denver defense? What a start for them at MetLife last week. Take a look at their starters. We mentioned the return of Bradley Chubb. Didn't play last week with the ankle. We know about Von Miller. And the other big story for them, Pat Surtain making his first NFL start with Ronald Darby on injured reserve.
27.
First big test. Played 16 defensive snaps last week, primarily in the dime package. But today will be exclusively on the outside. On 3rd and short, Lawrence well protected. Swinging it, first down and more. What a pass, James O'Shaughnessy. It's a pickup of 24.
Spiro, already a better job by offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell. Put themselves in the right position. Watch the blocking here. This is going to be a challenge all day, being able to block Von Miller and Chubb, giving Trevor Lawrence time to throw the ball. But it started with 1st and 2nd down, putting them in a position where you could run the ball on 3rd and short, or you could throw the ball with play action. Excellent job by Darrell Bevell.
1st and 10 from the 49. Play action. Lawrence's pass intended for Laviska Shenault, who figures to be a big piece. We asked Urban Meyer what the goal in practice was this week, and he said, look, we just have to clean up the entire operation. Getting the play call in, substitutions. You mentioned the penalties. 8 of their 10 last week, Jay, were on offense. They had an illegal formation penalty on the first play from scrimmage.
It was not a good start. Urban said run the ball, stay on schedule, and have balance. That's something they did not do last week.
Lawrence on 2nd and 10, hands to Robinson. What a season this kid Robinson had last year. Record-setting, all the quarterback instability. Finished 5th in the league in rushing. A kid who came out of nowhere, undrafted.
Yeah, over 1,400 total yards. Then he only gets 5 attempts last week. A couple of times it was because of penalties. But I expect a very different plan this week. Short drops, quick passes to negate that pass rush. And then, like you said, Laviska Shenault, I expect him to get a lot of balls today.
What does Darrell Bevell dial up here on 3rd and 6? Lawrence feeling the rush. And there's a late flag right at that area where Laviska Shenault was the intended receiver. So Kyle Fuller on the coverage for Denver.
with the quarterback in the pocket. Illegal contact. Number 23, defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Clay Martin, our referee, and a big one against Vic Fangio's defense.
Keep an eye here on Kyle Fuller. He's going to have the illegal contact. You had Marvin Jones right there, and he just kind of runs into him. That's kind of tough. He's got his ground, and Marvin Jones really runs into him more than Kyle Fuller initiates that contact. It's a tough call there on Kyle Fuller.
Fuller released by the Bears in March, signed by George Payton in Denver just a couple of days later. Massive piece in the back end of that defense. Lawrence's pass right back in the direction of Jones for his second early catch.
Much better start today. You talked about how awful it was last week. Good start today. Does he get them both in? Does he have control? Looks like it.
And so far, Lawrence and Jones attacking the rookie Surtain. Second time they've thrown in his direction. 2nd and 3. Outside blitzer picked up well. Lawrence taking a chance, far side, and it's incomplete. That's Laquan Treadwell, who was just signed and activated from their practice squad late this week. Throwing in the direction of Fuller.
The challenge here for Trevor Lawrence today is going to be to identify what Denver's doing post-snap. They give you a cover 2 look, which is what Houston did all week last week, but they give you that pre-snap and then they change post-snap. So can Trevor Lawrence diagnose? He said, I got to take every last second to try and see what the defense is doing.
8th play of the drive that began at their own 17-yard line. Lawrence on 3rd and short over the middle. First down. It's Jones. Busy start for Jones, tackled by Kareem Jackson. They pick up 13. Jay, pretty good start for Lawrence.
Well, the big question coming in was this offensive line going to be able to protect Trevor Lawrence and give him time with Chubb and Von Miller? And they have a good interior as well. He's had a clean pocket so far. Nice crossing route against this defense, and a really good start for Jacksonville.
What a pickup Jones was. 5 catches last week in his Jacksonville debut. Signed that 2-year free agent contract coming over from Detroit. Here's Robinson. Gets up to the 20-yard line. And, you know, we mentioned the offensive line. No changes in the offseason. And despite the struggles last week, maybe one of the only bright spots, Jay, they threw it 51 times, and Lawrence was only sacked once.
They didn't give up a ton. There was pressure from Houston, but Houston was content to sit back in that cover 2 and dare them to beat you. And it didn't seem like Jacksonville had a good plan. They should have ran the ball a lot more against that cover 2 look. You have the opportunity, and they weren't able to get it done.
That's Laviska Shenault in motion. Little shovel pitch. Shenault. He's a wide receiver, but he plays like a running back, taking on tacklers. Barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jackson among the tacklers for Denver, and another big 3rd down coming up for the Jags.
We've already seen a couple of them, and that's so important for them after the tough start last week. Then they get behind, they're off schedule, and really the whole game plan gets thrown out the window. To be able to get these 3rd downs and convert and try and get points is huge.
2 of 2 on 3rd down so far. 11th play of the drive for Jacksonville. And you saw the flag, bottom of your picture.
False start. Number 10, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Killer. It's on Shenault.
Those are the things that Urban Meyer said that they had to clean up. The unforced errors, putting yourself in poor situations. There's no reason. You know, just a tiny bit of move there by Shenault. Look at all these penalties here. Holding, illegal formation, false start, too many men on the field. They had to use timeout 2 times.
Just a ton of disorganization last week. 5-yard penalty here makes it 3rd and 13. Lawrence taking a chance to the end zone. It is caught. Jones for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence with a brilliant pass.
Such a good throw. We talked about in the open. He was not scared despite the mistakes last week. He sees the one-on-one coverage that he likes. He's got a really good feel with Jones so far, and a perfect ball by Trevor Lawrence.
Well, you think Jacksonville fans are a little excited? What an opening drive by Lawrence. They absorbed that penalty, and Lawrence on a terrific pass to Jones on a 25-yard strike. Marvin Jones in the end zone, and Lawrence celebrating.
Entertainer, and I'm hosting this year's Emmys. It's gonna be a great time, y'all.
The Emmys, live tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on CBS.
Well, what a difference a week makes for Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville's offense. 11 plays, he marches him 83 yards down the field. And a 25-yard touchdown catch by Marvin Jones, Jay, already his second of the season.
Urban Meyer looked so distraught last week from the very beginning of the game. He's feeling a lot better today.
Josh Lambo on to boot it away, and now can this Jacksonville defense show some signs. Deontay Spencer watches that one sail through the end zone. And here comes Teddy Bridgewater as they will begin from their own 25-yard line. What a start for Bridgewater last week. 5th straight season in which Denver opens the year with a new quarterback, and they may finally have found their guy in Bridgewater.
He looked very calm and confident, continued to hit those deep in-cutting routes. So good. From 0 to 19 yards, he was 21 for 23. Just incredibly accurate.
Bridgewater has bounced around. They'll begin here from their own 25-yard line. Here's Melvin Gordon, who had that big touchdown run last week. Offensive starters for Denver. No Graham Glasgow today. Their right guard unavailable. Had that scary situation last week. He played the entire game, then he was diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat after the game. So Netani Muti makes his second career NFL start at right guard. And of course, the other big piece of news, Jerry Jeudy, high ankle sprain, expected to miss at least 4 to 6 weeks. And so everyone steps up. Sutton, Hamler.
I think Hamler could have a big game today. They're going to play man coverage. Jacksonville will. Hamler has the speed to run away from that man coverage.
Bridgewater fakes the pitch to Gordon, throws near side and completes. That's Albert Okwuegbunam on his first catch to set up a 3rd down. How about Jacksonville's defensive starters? You see Okwuegbunam a little bit gingerly making his way back to that huddle. We'll keep an eye on him. Can this Jacksonville defense pick it up? One of the worst units in the league last year, and certainly same deal last week.
Yeah, they played terrible last week. They missed one-on-one tackles. They had trouble with rub routes. It all starts with communication. First from Joe Cullen, getting it into Miles Jack, and then communicating, getting everybody on the same page.
Still no Trey Herndon for Jacksonville. Second straight DNP with that knee injury. Bridgewater fakes, 3rd and 4, puts some air under it. It's incomplete. And there's a marker at the end of the play. Tim Patrick, the intended receiver. Multiple flags thrown right around the 40-yard line as we check the flag here from Clay Martin. Shaq Griffin was one of the men on the coverage.
Holding. Number 26, defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Shaq Griffin had an opportunity last week on the first drive to get an interception. Wasn't able to come up with it. Talk to me about how important that play was. And you can see right here again, opportunity to get off the field, get a 3 and out, and get the ball back. Shaq Griffin holds. They get the first down. They brought him in to be really the linchpin in that defense. I thought this defense was the least talented defense by far in the NFL last year. They went out, they got 5 new starters, veterans bringing them in, drafting guys to play. It's going to be a defense that's continuing to grow throughout the year.
Big penalty against Griffin there. Sets up Denver with a 1st and 10. This is Gordon. Just able to cross the 40-yard line. Tackled on the play by Roberts Harris after Gordon picks up 5. Gordon, one of the lone bright spots for this Denver offense. All the quarterback instability last year, Jay, but pretty good start to his 21 campaign last year against the Giants.
I like both backs. They had an equal number of plays last week. Gordon and then the rookie Javonte Williams. They keep each other fresh, and Pat Shurmur wants to run the ball and then take play action shots.
That's KJ Hamler in motion. Bridgewater, second down pass is caught. And that was a bullet. Courtland Sutton with his first catch. It's a pickup of 13 and a Denver first down.
So good to see Courtland Sutton back out there, coming back from that ACL injury. He said last week was a really big step for him. Coming back, being out there, making cuts in a game, being confident in himself, and he just kind of talked about how much that meant to him to go out there and play a game, make some plays. Only had one catch last week, but he felt really good. He'll continue to get better, and they'll use him down the field. They'll test this Jaguars defense. Say, can you stop those deep balls that you weren't able to stop last week? Courtland Sutton's so good up in the air.
Bridgewater's straight drop, completes again. And Denver's offense buoyed by the penalty on Shaquille Griffin. It's a 14-yard pickup. Tim Patrick with his first catch. Again, Jay, those penalties, such a big part of the story for Jacksonville, not only last week, but last season, as this franchise tries to find some answers. Broncos keep the rookie running back Javonte Williams on the floor, on the field rather. Williams bounces left, cuts back, breaking tackles. What a run by Williams. Boy, they are so high on this young man. Williams collegiately at North Carolina, 35th overall pick.
Watch this offensive line and watch how they seal the edge. Excellent job. You got to keep contained. Can't get him outside. And then one-on-one, can you beat him? Really good job by Javonte Williams. Making the linebacker miss, getting extra yards.
Denver moving on from Philip Lindsay. Of course, who had a couple of really successful seasons, and it is Williams and Gordon. What a two-man tandem there. You see what Denver has had some issues with, those game-opening drives. Can they finally bang one into the end zone here? Seventh play of the drive. As we hit the 5-minute mark, first quarter. Williams taking on tacklers, and he is stuffed. But that will be enough for the first down. Miles Jack on the tackle as we get our first NFL Today update. We throw it to JB.
Tyrod Taylor comfortable in Houston.
Yeah, this 8-play, 84-yard drive, 6 for 6 was Tyrod. The former Cleveland Brown finds Philip Lindsay, who goes 22 yards, and they tie it up 7-7 in Cleveland.
Back to Spiro and Jay.
Couldn't have planned that any better. Philip Lindsay, the former Bronco. And Houston, all the talk about what a disastrous offseason they had. Could very well start their season with 2 straight wins. Fresh set it down for the Broncos. 1st and 10 from just outside the 20. Bridgewater steps up in the pocket. What a pass, little sidearm delivery. It's Gordon. Close to another first down. And one thing he does, stepping up at the back end of his drop back, evades the rush and just allows him to be in a position, Jay, to get rid of the football.
Pat Shurmur talked about it. He said as soon as he hits that back foot in his drop, he doesn't sit there and sit on it. You're going to see him bounce right up into the pocket. That brings him away from those defensive ends, coming around the corner, buys a little time, and then he does such a good job keeping his eyes downfield, understanding his progressions, knowing where his outlet is. Great completion.
Bridgewater 4-4, 41 yards. Picking up right where he left off last week. Little delayed handoff here. That's Gordon. Needed the 10 for the first down. And we'll see what the officials mark here. And as they say, first down, Denver.
Spiro, what Teddy Bridgewater does so well, which is different for this team and this offense, they've been searching for, the ball comes out accurately and it comes out on time. He'll hang in there and pressure, but he knows where to go with the ball. He understands this offense. He and Pat Shurmur were together. We're together in Minnesota. They understand each other. They know what Teddy does well, what his weaknesses are, and they call the game.
They have been in lockstep, no doubt. through the first 5 quarters of the season. Fake handoff from Bridgewater. He's under pressure, and he's going down. Josh Allen, disastrous play for the Broncos. They lose 16 on the play.
Watch my man, Josh Allen. Urban Meyer said the only guy who played up to his potential last week. They lose sight of him. They let him into the backfield. If there's one guy on this Jacksonville defense that you can't allow him to impact the game, it's Josh Allen. All of your attention should be on Josh Allen as an offensive line. Make somebody else beat you, but a big play by that Jacksonville defense and Josh Allen.
Second and goal, trying to get some of it back. Low pass is somehow caught by Sutton. Shoestring catch. See him kind of trap it between his legs. Chris Claybrooks was on the coverage. And now it'll be a 3rd and goal as they will mark the football down at the 20. A pickup of 6.
They're going to be defending the goal line here. As a quarterback, you're understanding that. You have the field goal. You're in field goal range. Teddy Bridgewater needs to be smart with the ball. I could see him giving Cortland Sutton the opportunity to go up, high point the ball, go up and make a play.
Saw Sutton limping a little bit, still in some discomfort. 3rd and goal.
He's up top there. 3 by 1. They like to go to the single receiver.
Bridgewater protected well over the middle, completes. That's Noah Fant on his first catch. Well short, but they get about 12 of the yards that they lost back on the Josh Allen sack. And on 4th and goal here, Vic Fangio will send out his field goal unit.
Josh Allen stopped that drive. That sack changed the whole complexion of that drive, trying to get a touchdown. Really good play by him, and that's a big stop for that Jacksonville defense. You get the drive you wanted from your offense to begin the game. Then you had the penalty by Shaquille Griffin that extended this drive. Now you get the stop and force a field goal attempt.
So here's Brandon McManus, who was perfect last week. 2 of 2 on field goals. Also perfect with his 3 PATs. Good snap, good hold. And McManus is perfect from 32 yards out. 7-3 Jacksonville. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow. Just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
7-3 Jacksonville. Josh Allen with the sack. Pro Bowler as a rookie a couple of years ago. Big defensive play as Denver has to settle for a Brandon McManus field goal. 16 plays, 61 yards in just under 9 minutes. Well, grab your gear because CBS just solved Mondays. First, NCIS returns on a new night with an answer to last season's explosive cliffhanger. Then Say Aloha, the world's most successful television series, continues on the seductive shores of Hawaii. Vanessa Lachey stars. NCIS Hawaii, new series tomorrow, right here on CBS. Brandon McManus will boot it away. Jamal Agnew stands back deep about 5 yards in his own end zone. Pretty good start for the quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater 6 of 6, 53 yards on that drive. Trevor Lawrence 5 of 7, 73 in the touchdown pass to Marvin Jones. And that's where we sit. 26 seconds left as Lawrence and company will start at the 25. Pretty good start for the #1 overall pick.
Excellent start, especially considering how terrible it was last week. And Vic Fangio's had a tremendous amount of success against first-year quarterbacks. The first time they see this defense since 2011, 4-10 record, only 57% completion. He makes it really hard on these young quarterbacks because of all the post-snap movement. Trevor Lawrence said, actually what it does for me is I just have to be pure progression. I just go through my reads, you don't try and do too much, and it kind of simplifies things where you look good on that first drive.
See his numbers as they begin here from their own 25-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Robinson, then goes to the running back on the check down, but he'll lose a couple. Well played by Josie Jewell. And that should take us to the end of the quarter. So Jacksonville with a 4-point lead. They'll have it 2nd and 7 when we begin the second. Now, we wondered how Lawrence and this offense would bounce back after that very disappointing start in Houston last week.
McDonald's. And by Lowe's, official home improvement sponsor of the NFL.
Well, it's good to see the sun peeking through the clouds. Heavy rains here overnight and into this morning. But those menacing rain clouds have given way. Temperatures low 80s. There's your score, 7-3 Jacksonville, as they begin the second quarter from just outside their own 22-yard line. Lawrence on second down from the gun, near side of the field, and it is incomplete. Jay, you started to talk about Vic Fangio and his success against rookie quarterbacks. You'd think it would be with heavy blitzing and all kinds of exotic pressure packages. That's not necessarily how he's done it.
No, not at all. He said blitzing young quarterbacks makes it easier, allows them to ID coverage. They know where to go with the ball. So it's really post-snap. It's confusing rookies post-snap, something that Trevor Lawrence struggled a little bit last week. Really was all covered 2 looks. He said, my eyes discipline wasn't good, and I was a little too greedy.
Lawrence so far 6 of 9, 71 yards. And that 25-yard touchdown to Marvin Jones. Here he is up the seam. It is incomplete. What an effort by Chenault. Going airborne. Heavy traffic. Pat Surtain again making his first NFL start here in week 2 of his rookie campaign. And the absence of Ronald Darby was right there.
It was a deep crossing route for Chenault into the void of the zone. And Trevor Lawrence put the ball right there. Chenault couldn't come down with it, but it was an excellent pass by Trevor Lawrence.
So Denver's defense able to respond after giving up that game-opening touchdown drive to Trevor Lawrence. Logan Cook on the punt, and Deontay Spencer back around his own 30-yard line. Fair catch signaled. And Spencer is able to field it cleanly. They'll have it right around their own 32-yard line. 44 yards on the punt by Cook. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Asking against the Giants, who was nearly perfect. He's pitching a perfect game so far in this one. 6 of 6. As they have it, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Bridgewater goes play action, throwing it quickly. That's the tight end, Eric Saubert. And run out of bounds. A good drive starter. So Bridgewater last week started that game against the Giants 19 of 22 in the first half. He's 7 of 7 so far today. So 26 of 29 first half passing so far.
Well, this offense, they use overlapping routes and quick cuts to get wide open catches for medium yardage. That fits perfectly into Teddy Bridgewater's strengths. And you've seen how well he functions in this offense already in this young season.
Here's the rookie, Javonte Williams, cuts back. And able to get close to the 45-yard line. Looks like that'll be enough for a Broncos first down as Williams picks up 7. Let's get another update. NFL Today with James Brown.
Patriots 10-0 off a turnover so far.
Yeah, Zach Wilson threw 2 interceptions. The second one, it's going to be the James White taking it in from 7 yards out. It's New England 10 and the New York Jets nothing.
And I'm sure that's what Spiro and Jay knew I meant to say, 10-0. Back to Spiro and Jay.
JB, we got you. Jay and I will see the Jets and the Broncos in Denver next week. Teddy Bridgewater, if you've just hopped on with us, 7 completions to 6 different players so far. Spreading the wealth as Williams is brought down. Nice play there.
This run game, Spiro, is a mix of zone read and power pulling scheme, and it really works to open up the play action passes. That's how Pat Shurmur wants it to work. Leans on the running game. Their time of possession last week, over 10 minutes more time of possession. Long, consistent drives that allow the defense to sit on that sideline and stay fresh throughout the game. There's a really good correlation between the offense and the scheme and how that helps that defense.
Bridgewater from the gun on 2nd and 10. Pocket starts to muddy. Bridgewater probing the defense, and a late throw there will find his tight end. That's Fant. Pretty good security blanket as they pick up 4. Bridgewater completely under control as he was flushed out.
Well, what Jacksonville needs to do is be sticky in coverage. A lot of man-to-man coverage, and they have to do it early in the downs, because if you allow Teddy Bridgewater to have an open receiver early, he's going to hit that receiver. He could have got Hamler there. He couldn't find him because of the pressure up front.
On 3rd and 6, Bridgewater's going to take a chance. Incomplete. Little bit of a jersey tug. Sutton was the intended receiver. And good coverage on the play by C.J. Henderson. And that's the first incompletion for Bridgewater.
Yeah, I thought they had something. I thought Sutton was going to run right by him. He's there, and there's a little bit of a tug. 3, they could have called that. They should have called that. I mean, there was 3 tugs on the jersey right there when he's trying to accelerate and go get that ball.
Oh, Jacksonville catching a huge break. No flag. Sutton talking to himself as he comes off the field as the Broncos drive stalls. Sam Martin, the punter. And Jamal Agnew is back, and now multiple flags.
Number 56, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It's Baron Browning. Makes it a little bit more painful for Denver.
Not a big deal there. As a punter, you like the bigger field there. You're not worried now as much. Sam Martin's not about punting this ball into the end zone. Now he's going to directional and try and land it about the 7-8 yard line and try and pin him deep.
What do you know about punting?
Only punted 1 game. Steve Weatherford was hurt.
Have to tell us about that sometime. Martin with a high punt. This is very short, but it will take a Denver bounce, and a pretty good one at that. All the way down to the 12-yard line. Initially bounced right around the 35, so it's a 41-yard punt from Martin. Trevor Lawrence. And now flag thrown right around where the football was downed. We'll check the marker here from Clay Martin.
Spiro, that's a play Jamal Agnew has to come up and make. That ball bounces at the 25-yard line. If you run up and get through traffic and get a fair catch, you get that ball at the 25-yard line. You let it bounce, now it bounces all the way down to the 10-yard line. Sometimes returners, a great play is not getting a huge return. It's going up and limiting those bounces and making a smart play, making the fair catch.
Yes is like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. And by Trulicity.
Home opener here for Jacksonville. That last penalty flag was thrown on Mike Ford. You'll see him after the play jawing in the direction of Jamal Agnew. The officials all over it. That's a big special teams penalty. Instead of starting at the 12, Jacksonville has it from their own 28. Little one pass option run by Lawrence, and James Robinson on the take. So they'll pick up 6 as Jacksonville tries to build on this 4-point lead.
A little zone read there, and I think you'll see Trevor Lawrence keep that a couple times. They want him to run the ball more. I was talking the paper here locally about that, and Trevor Lawrence can run the ball. He's very athletic, and he has to be willing when something's not there to pull it down and run it. You may see some design runs as well.
It's Tyron Johnson in motion. 2nd and 4. Right back to Robinson. You know, we've been talking about Lawrence, and it's so vital what the infrastructure is around the young quarterback, especially a kid who's the #1 overall pick. Obviously, Urban Meyer, all his success, but Darrell Bevell, who was the interim head coach in Detroit. There's Brian Schottenheimer. So much experience between those two as they try to get Lawrence off and running.
And they wanted to bring in a veteran quarterback, a guy like Alex Smith. They weren't able to do it. So really, that falls now on Brian Schottenheimer. And he's helping to develop Trevor Lawrence and walk him through situations like this third down.
There's the massive difference in how Lawrence has looked so far here compared to last week. On 3rd down and 2, putting some air under it. It's incomplete, and there's the flag. DJ Chark against Surtain. And this will be a 1st down for the Jaguars.
Pass interference. Number 2, defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It's an automatic 1st down.
That turns out to be a 36-yard penalty.
Spiro, the best play in football is the underthrown deep ball. It works every time. He's got a beat, and now he's coming back to the ball. The defensive back doesn't get his head around. And so when he comes back through him, that's going to be a penalty. And they're going after the rookie. They're testing Patrick Surtain. How do you respond? But a good job by Chark coming back through Surtain, so that penalty's called.
Chark had a rough start to the season last week in the loss in Houston. He was targeted 12 times. Only had 3 catches. Missed a chunk of camp. Had that broken finger that required surgery. Big play by him on that sequence. Fresh set of downs. Lawrence underneath to Chenault, but he'll lose yardage. Well played by Josie Jewell, who's been all over the place for Denver. They lose 8.
Well, that's Trevor Lawrence going through his progressions. They brought Chenault in motion. That helped as a pre-snap indicator to give Trevor Lawrence an understanding of what they're doing. It was something I thought they didn't do well last week. That pre-snap motion, they only did it 32% of the times. The best offenses in the NFL, they have a lot of pre-snap motion. San Francisco last year, 75%. They were tops in the NFL.
On 2nd and 18, Robinson running right. And one thing with Jacksonville playing with a lead, Jay, they've been able to stay with their game plan. The running game balance just wasn't the case last week for Lawrence. Threw it 51 times in that loss against the Texans.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from the week 1 loss was, how did the scheme help Trevor Lawrence? And I didn't think it did. You know, did the scheme give Trevor Lawrence an advantage? And it didn't. You know, and they went back and they said, okay, we got to be different. And you could see already the difference in the plan this week.
Where does Lawrence go here on 3rd and 16? Some pressure coming. Appeared to be Von Miller right in Lawrence's face. Intended receiver was Chark, and that falls incomplete.
And that's one he's got to find somebody in the intermediate routes. You didn't have to necessarily get the 1st down there, but you would have liked to have gotten about half of it back to help your field goal kicker. Here comes Von Miller. Such good speed. He's got an inside move. He's quick. So shifty as a defensive end. And here comes Josh Lambo for a 53-yarder. Now, he has not missed a field goal in his time in Jacksonville. Here in Jacksonville, been remarkably good. 42 for 42.
This will be a 52-yard attempt, and he misses wide right.
I did it. I'm sorry, Josh. That was my fault.
Urban Meyer's reaction tells you all you need to know. Lambo not even close. 7-3 Jacksonville with 8:34 left to play in the 2nd quarter. Spiro Dedes, Jay Feely, rest of our CBS crew in this week 2 battle in Jacksonville. Here's Melvin Gordon trying to let his lead blockers do their thing, but terrific pursuit by that Jags defensive front. All Inside the NFL is now streaming. The hardest hitting team of analysts in football provide expert insight and exclusive commentary you won't find anywhere else. Stream new episodes Tuesdays 9:30 Eastern. It's exclusively on Paramount Plus. Told you about Melvin Gordon's afternoon last week in that victory against the Giants. Just over 100 yards. 70 of which came on that late touchdown run to put the game on ice. 2nd and 9. Bridgewater play action, takes another chance. His man wide open, and Sutton broke it up, and boy, nearly picked. Shaq Griffin on what would have been a miraculous interception.
Spiro, I said I thought they would take shots down the field to Cortland Sutton to test this secondary. Could have been called for interception, could have been caught, or for pass interference, could have been an interception. 3 times, though, last week against Houston, they threw the ball up. Tyrod Taylor did, and Houston was able to come down with it. You just knew Cortland Sutton is so good at high-pointing the ball that they would take those shots. Excellent job by Shaq there.
Saw Sutton limping to the sideline. He's been limping for much of the first half. Of course, no Jerry Jeudy at fitted wide receiver. That pass nearly caught K.J. Hamler. And excellent coverage. Rayshawn Jenkins was there for Jacksonville.
And Urban Meyer talked about a lot. He said we put a lot of time and effort and resources into our secondary, and for those 50-50 balls to be caught last week was incredibly disappointing. Much better today. They've done a really good job denying those passes. Denver and Teddy Bridgewater, they're continuing to test him. Jacksonville defense has been up to the task so far.
Yeah, that probably has been the biggest story so far. This Jags defense so maligned last year. Issues carried over into last week. Agnew is lit up. Josie Jewell with a menacing special teams hit. So Denver goes 3 and out as Jenkins and Griffin leading that Jags secondary on CBS.
Hey!
Well, it's been a long time, it seems like, defense here, but pretty good start for Urban Meyer's defensive unit till this point. Nice to have you with us, Bureau Adidas, Jay Feely, Gene Steratore. Rest of our CBS crew here from Jacksonville. Carlos Hyde, first time we've called his number. And Jay, what a difference. So Trevor Lawrence looks better. The whole operation just looks cleaner. Less penalties, less pre-snap mistakes so far for the Jags.
And I saw that in practice on Friday. And Spiro, a play caller can absolutely help a quarterback. You know, first down play action, screens, running the ball efficiently. And I think what Trevor's doing a better job of when he's throwing the ball is not staring it down. He said, I have to be better with my eye discipline. He's certainly done that today so far.
On 2nd and 9, Carlos Hyde taking on tacklers. Hyde signing that 2-year free agent deal in the offseason. It's actually his second stint with the Jags. Go back to that 2018 season. They acquired him in a midseason trade from Cleveland, but he had a career low year, just didn't work out. Now Trent Baalke, the new GM, the man who drafted him in San Francisco, they bring him back, and they feel like he's going to be a big part of this offense.
Well, he's with Urban at Ohio State, so there's familiarity there.
The 2 years under Meyer, his junior and senior years, so a lot of familiarity this time around for Carlos Hyde. 3rd and 3. Lawrence over the middle, incomplete, off the hands of Chenault. And those two just have not been able to connect and get on the same page.
There was going to be a concerted effort to get Laviska Shenault the ball. He has to come down and make that. Marvin Jones was open as well, but that ball is perfect. It's right there. You just need to reach out, catch it, secure it, get the first down, and then continue the drive. And Trevor Lawrence is like, come on, man, make the play for me.
Have to help your young quarterback. Deontay Spencer backpedaling on a booming punt by Logan Cook. Spencer showing a little shake. Will creep out to the 20, and that's where Teddy Bridgewater will start with Denver when we come back. 7-3 Jacksonville on CBS. There's your score, 7-3 Jacksonville. Late stages, second quarter. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher get you caught up all the scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report. Or what a play by Williams to evade the initial tackle, but he's going to lose yardage nonetheless. Javonte Williams never had a chance as they dump him for a loss of a half dozen. K'Lavon Chaisson getting there first for the Jags.
He had a couple opportunities last week and wasn't able to get the job done. Here's Chaisson coming off the edge, setting the edge. He's got to make that tackle, something that Urban Meyer talked about. He's there, he's getting opportunities, he's just not finishing. But his penetration cause that to be a negative play for the Broncos.
Underwhelming rookie year for Chase on. 20th overall pick last year. Bridgewater goes through his progressions, goes to the check down. It's Williams. Then breaking the initial tackle, gets close to the 25-yard line. They'll be about 6-7 yards short of that first down marker.
You said it right. Going through his progressions, you can just see Teddy Bridgewater. No check down. Get it out to him. Make something. Get yourself back in a manageable third down.
Good news for the Broncos. Cortland Sutton, who limped off earlier in the quarter, is back out there for Denver. Again, no Jerry Jeudy for the Broncos. High ankle sprain. Where does Bridgewater go on 3rd and 6?
Well, I'd like to see him get Hamler on a crossing route. They really haven't done that yet. Let him run away from that man coverage and use his speed.
Jags coming with the blitz. Broncos pick it up, and Bridgewater, brilliant pass. It's Sutton. First down connection to the 40, a pickup of 16 for Denver.
3 deep comebacks right here in the middle. Hamler runs a comeback. Sutton snaps it, runs a comeback. Sitting down in that zone. Teddy Bridgewater recognizes they're not in man-to-man coverage. They're in zone. A good call by Pat Shurmur.
Sutton, a Pro Bowler 2 years ago before that devastating knee injury last year. This is Gordon. Just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So Denver playing with all 3 timeouts and that 2-minute warning. Second down coming up.
And you'd like to use up all this clock, continue to drive. You got plenty of time with those timeouts. I think you hit it though, Spiro. People forget that Teddy Bridgewater was a Pro Bowl quarterback. They forget the projection that his career was on prior to that injury, and he talked about how energized he is coming out here, being the guy, feels really comfortable back with Pat Shurmur.
Bridgewater taking a pre-snap snapshot of that defense. 2nd and 10. Pump fakes to the check down, throws to the sideline, wide open. It's Sutton again. And Cortland Sutton now starting to put it on this defense. They pick up 34. And Teddy Bridgewater all day to throw the football.
The touch and the accuracy. I thought Teddy Bridgewater was going to run it because he has room to run it right here. But watch Sutton come down, beat coverage, and then watch the touch on this pass and the accuracy as Teddy Bridgewater lays it in there perfectly.
Sutton will catch a breather here. Play action from Bridgewater underneath, and that's incomplete, intended for Fant. You know, we spoke to Sutton about playing with Bridgewater, all the experience, and he said one thing about Teddy B we've all had to acclimate to. You could be the 4th different read on a play, and he so calmly goes through his reads, you always think there's a chance he's coming to you with the football.
And as an offensive coordinator, you love that, because guys so often, especially young guys, get fixated on those first 2 reads and don't get all the way through the progressions. When you know that all 4 routes are open, that opens up all types of possibilities, especially in the backside.
Bridgewater spreading the wealth, but you see what Sutton has done. Nearly 70 yards receiving already. 2nd and 10. Bridgewater near side. It is caught. This is Kendall Hinton. Activated today from the practice squad. NFL fans recall Hinton making that emergency start at quarterback last year with the COVID situation. Big moment for him. He picks up 15 and a Denver first down as we hit the 2-minute mark on CBS.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly.
Oh, online, honey. Now that can affect your credit score.
It didn't, Dad. Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. The greatest of all times. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is people like options. I mean, you take Geico. You can call them any time you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. Ah, how convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I'm a Ganiac, check my drawers. My clothes smell so much fresher than before.
Switch to Gain Flings. One sniff and you'll be a Ganiac too.
Best Buy, your official home entertainment destination of the 2021 NFL Kickoff, knows the kickoff game day party sets a standard for the rest of the season. Every party is a celebration, and nothing adds to the fun like the energy and excitement of NFL football. Catch it all on a Sony Bravia XR TV from Best Buy, the official home entertainment retailer of the NFL. Visit NFL.com/Superfan Training Camp to see more game day party content from Best Buy.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, to the greatest of all times. And by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Well, the rain starting back up again here in Jacksonville. 7-3 as Teddy Bridgewater masterfully running a 2-minute drill. Scored that late touchdown at the end of the first half last week against the Giants. They still have all 3 timeouts. 2 minutes left, 1st and 10. From the Jacksonville 12. Bridgewater hit on the release. It's caught near side. Tim Patrick for the touchdown. Bridgewater knew he was about to get hit. Calmly delivers a strike to Patrick.
Here's Patrick. Now I want you to watch as he comes in motion this way, and then they bring him all the way back across. They know they're in man coverage, allowing him to run underneath across. Jacksonville gets caught. Man coverage doesn't work. You saw that last week against Houston. Excellent play design.
Can't play it much better than Bridgewater did there. Patrick with a touchdown catch for his 2nd straight week, and both of them coming at the end of the halves. Back in 30 seconds after this.
I've seen this movie before.
You have?
Sure. This is the part where all is lost and the hero searches for hope. Then a mysterious figure reminds her that she has the Farmer's Home Policy Perk guaranteed replacement cost, and that her home will be rebuilt regardless of her limits or if the cost of materials has gone up.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks. Wait, I didn't ruin the ending, did I?
Yeah, you did.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Teddy Bridgewater, 13 of 17. He's completed to 8 different receivers. And Tim Patrick is becoming his late first half secret weapon, 2nd straight week with a late 2nd quarter touchdown catch.
It's the man beater that I was expecting to see with Hamler. They used Patrick in that spot, and a excellent play design and execution. But you have almost 2 minutes left here, and you have 3 timeouts. Jacksonville can move down and try and get points here before halftime.
Another reminder to keep it here. The Verizon halftime report comes your way next. JP and the fellas will take you around the league. Week number 2 on the Verizon halftime report. There's the rain now starting to come down a little bit heavier. How does Lawrence navigate for this offense? 7 of 13, 63 yards in the touchdown. So he's got to deal with the rain. And keep in mind, he threw that late first half pick, Jay, last week against Houston.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions with interceptions, and that's where the game really got away from them. I want him to be aggressive here without taking unnecessary chances, especially against this defense.
And certainly Vic Fangio can play the clock game as well if they could somehow get a 3 and out. maybe get one more chance for his offense. Lawrence begins with just under 2 minutes left. Delivers. It's complete. That's Luke Farrell, the rookie tight end, his first catch, a pickup of 6.
Plenty of time. The clock is running, but get to the line, get the play called. You have all 3 timeouts. No need to be in a hurry.
Lawrence again from the gun. Throws it near side, just threw it out of bounds. Everyone covered. Marvin Jones, who has been a busy man, 4 catches, was the closest receiver to it. Third down coming up.
Precarious situation here. Now you stop the clock. You mentioned it. Denver could be aggressive. So if you throw an incomplete pass here, or you get a stop if you're Denver, and you're going to have to force them to punt, call the timeout. Conversely, find a way to get a matchup you like if you're Trevor Lawrence and get that ball out quick.
Where does the rookie go here? Third down pass. It is caught. Chenault. First down, Jacksonville. One injury update for Denver. Josie Jewell is not available at the moment. Shoulder injury on that big special teams hit. His return is questionable.
Pick up the pace here a little bit. Almost a minute left.
See Lawrence's numbers. They protect him well. And he delivers a strike. DJ Chark. Inside Broncos territory. It's a first down pickup of 19. And now Urban Meyer will take his first timeout. What a pass by Lawrence. 61 seconds left. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The all-new Honda Civic is designed to move you. In fact, Car and Driver has called the Civic more fun to drive than top competitors, because in their performance testing, the Civic was the quickest around the track, with more power and sharper handling than its rivals. The all-new Honda Civic, built for all kinds of fun. Get a great deal on the Civic. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
25 yards downfield. Murray back to throw. Flushed out. Rolling left in trouble. Slips a tackle. Got to launch it. Left side into the end zone. Jump ball. And it is. Is it caught? Is it caught? Oh my goodness, it's caught! DeAndre Hopkins caught it! He caught it for a touchdown! I can't believe it!
Stat that.
One is intercepted. There was a miss.
Welcome back, football fans. We'll see you in the fridge.
This is so crispy, juicy, and tender, you might even call it deluxe. Okay, now you can definitely call it deluxe. McDonald's Deluxe Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, Caesar! Hey, I'm Carl. He's the best, right? I was at all his early speeches, the Aqueduct one. I've had the Caesars app since it was in beta testing. Oh, my Caesar's in the house! The live in-game betting was my idea. Yeah, you know, I usually bet on hockey and stuff. Oh my God, they're up by 2. Hey, I'm Carl.
Look at this DNA website. Calvin, we're related.
Say what now?
Bring it in, cuz.
That means you are
hopefully adopted.
The Neighborhood. New season begins Monday, 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Well, the psychology of a kicker. Josh Lambeau missed on a 52-yarder earlier. Now the rain coming down, so that's in the back of his mind. And you wonder now how the rain factors into a potential decision here for Urban Meyer. He'd like to get a lot closer than where they are here. 1st and 10 after a couple of impressive throws by Lawrence. Here comes the blitz. Chubb, as the Jags keep it on the ground. That's Carlos Hyde. Marker throwing top of your picture.
It's going to be offsides on Chubb.
Offside. Number 55, defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
First appearance of the season for Chubb. Didn't play last week with that ankle injury. Big mistake.
Just jumps the snap there. Gets there early. Gives him a free 5 yards. You're in a really good position here. The Jaguars offense, you can be aggressive if you want. You can run the ball. You have 2 timeouts still.
And that stops the clock, Jay, so they don't have to burn a timeout.
That's why it was so important, Spiro, that penalty.
We've got 2 left. 1st and 5 from the Denver 40. Chubb coming around the corner. That pass deflected off the hands of Hyde and incomplete. Dangerous moment there for Lawrence. Kyle Fuller and Bryce Callahan were there.
Trevor stepped up in the pocket like he should have. He had a receiver open, Hyde, and he threw that ball behind him. Those were some of the plays that we saw last week that led to interceptions. Those balls that were a little high, a little behind, and sailed on them. The defense was able to make a play on it.
Injured Denver defender. It's Bradley. I believe that's Chubb. Oh boy.
Inside of 2 minutes does require a team time.
Chubb slamming his fist on the turf. You don't like that reaction. These athletes know their bodies so well.
Coming in from the left side of your screen there, he dips underneath. Remember, he had the ankle injury that kept him out last week. Hard to see what he hurt there, but he did walk off the field.
It was week 4 of the 2019 season here in Jacksonville when Chubb tore his ACL. And you just hope that he's okay. Such a huge piece of this Denver defense. First time in the lineup since that week 4 game with Von Miller all the way back in 2019. We'll take a closer look at Chubb. Jacksonville again, 2 timeouts. Lawrence throwing on the run. Near side, it's incomplete. Intended for Jones, and it will be 3rd and 5. Jay, it would be about a 58-yard field goal from right here.
And Trevor Lawrence missed one there. He had Chark open early. If he's on time with this ball, watch Chark just come on and sit down right here. And Trevor Lawrence, as he rolls out, has him. If he's on time and throws it, they have a completion, and they're in field goal range. Right now, throw it, he's open. He doesn't throw it to Chark. He goes down the field. He was a little too aggressive there. That's where you have to be smart and judicious. Get yourself into field goal range.
50 seconds. Lawrence near side. That was a tough throw across the field for Chenault, and now Laviska Chenault looks like he's in some pain.
Well, now you have to punt the ball. You had the opportunity, you missed it. You weren't able to convert and get a field goal attempt at the very least.
Or at least for the moment, Urban Meyer,
he might go for it.
Is keeping his offense on the field.
Denver has 2 timeouts. You go for this and don't get it. You give them the opportunity to go down there and score and then get the ball back after halftime. I would punt here.
Again, it would be about a 58-yard field goal. The rain is coming down. Lambeau missed on a 52-yarder earlier. We'll see if they actually go for it here. What a decision this would be for Meyer. They do. On 4th and 5, Lawrence gonna run for it. 1st down, Jacksonville. They'll take another timeout here as the rookie runs for 11. Everyone covered. And they'll finally stop it with 38 seconds left in the half.
Trevor Lawrence sitting in the pocket, looking downfield. I talked about it early on. The emphasis they placed on running the ball when things weren't there. 4th down, tuck it, use your athleticism, and get the 1st down. Well done, Trevor Lawrence.
Longest run of the game so far for the Jags. An 11-yard scamper by Lawrence. They'll put a second back on the clock. And how about that decision by Urban Meyer, trying to jumpstart this offense?
Gutsy call by Urban Meyer. They went for it once last week, 1 for 1, but a position where you have the rain. Denver had 2 timeouts. But what do you have to lose? You know, he talked about it. We're going to build for the future. We're not going to let last week have an impact. Trevor Lawrence missed Chark when he had an opportunity, but made up for it with his legs.
We saw Vic Fangio roll the dice multiple times with success last week. Getting a taste of their own medicine. 39 seconds, 1st and 10 from the 30. Jags down to their final timeout. Lawrence over the middle, deflected, batted up and nearly picked. Everyone here holding their breath. Carlos Hyde was the intended receiver. 34 seconds left, 2nd and 10.
That ball has to be down and low where only his receiver Hyde can catch it. In this situation, in the rain, you can't put those balls up high where the tip balls happen. Very lucky there wasn't an interception.
Again, the moisture on the football becoming a factor. Lawrence, near side. And Trevor Lawrence, again, dangerous pass intended for Jones. Callahan was there for Denver, as was Fuller, as Lawrence now has been incomplete on his last 5 attempts.
He really wasn't able to step into that ball and rip it because of the rain. You talk about the grip on the ball. That ball kind of floated on him. Lucky there wasn't an interception. Right now, you're in field goal range. You did miss a 52-yarder. If you can pick up a little bit, but I'd be aggressive. That's a field goal that Josh Lambo's got to make. Be aggressive here, but be smart with the ball.
Third and 10. Lawrence pocket starts to muddy, throws it far side, and it's incomplete. Wisely making that decision. So 4th and 10. The rain has subsided here just at the right moment as Josh Lambo is going to come out and attempt a field goal to tie this game.
That was a good decision to throw that ball away. They looked down the field. They tried to make a play down the field and be aggressive. It wasn't there. Couldn't take a sack there. Smart decision to throw the ball away. And for Josh Lambo, now it just becomes putting that last miss out of your mind, not thinking about it, focusing on your fundamentals.
Lambo missed from 52 earlier. This is a 48-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. Lambo's kick is no good.
Wow.
Wide left. Lambo had hit 42 of 42 field goals in this stadium since coming to Jacksonville, entering this game, and he's missed 2 in this opening half.
He had not missed as a Jacksonville Jaguar in this stadium. Now they're long kicks, 52 and 48, but you have to make those field goals. This is one of the better kickers in the NFL. And when you have a young quarterback and you have a team that struggled last week as a kicker, you have to step in and make those field goals.
Urban Meyer, stoic on that Jag sideline, trying to keep Lambo's head up. He's been so good for this franchise. And Jay, you know what that's like. Wet conditions, feeling the pressure and the weight of that moment.
If you have an opportunity, take it if you're Teddy Bridgewater. You have 2 timeouts.
Bridgewater goes to the check down near side. It's incomplete. You're right. One big pass completion, and they're right back in business. So the Broncos with a 10-7 lead, 15 seconds. And Lambo's still thinking about it on that Jag sideline.
If I'm Pat Shurmur here, Vic Fangio, there's 15 seconds left. Teddy Bridgewater is so smart with the ball. He makes good decisions that you trust him. Give him options. If it's not there, fine, throw it away. But if you have an opportunity and you get a receiver open against this man coverage, take that opportunity, that chance, try and get down there and kick a field goal of your own.
2nd and 10. Bridgewater again underneath. This is caught. Noah Fant able to get out of bounds. Wisely done with 7 seconds left. As Fant with his 3rd catch of the half. And that's good for 9 yards.
Well, you need about 10 more yards to really give Brandon McManus an opportunity here. It's wet. It's humid. The ball doesn't travel as far as it would when it's good conditions. So if you can get to the 40-yard line, that McManus can make that kick.
Career long for McManus, a 58-yarder.
You have 2 timeouts, so the whole field is open. The interior of the field. I'd try to look behind those linebackers, in front of the safeties, having somebody sitting down.
Where does Teddy B go here? Right up the center, and that pass incomplete, looking in the direction of KJ Hamler. Down to 2 seconds.
Miscommunication there from receiver and quarterback, and now with 2 seconds you throw the Hail Mary. Hamler wasn't ready for that. Teddy's waiting. He's going to. You're in the seam inside the zone there. His head never turns around. I don't know what Hamler was waiting on.
Those two have gotten very close. Bridgewater actually went to their equipment manager at the end of the preseason and requested Hamler's locker be put next to him. Trying to prop up the young receiver, but a little miscommunication that time. See, the Broncos will have the football to begin the second half.
30-second timeout.
As Vic Fangio wants to get everyone on the same page with 2 seconds left in this opening half.
Jacksonville had 5 defensive linemen there at the line. You have the timeout. Why not call a timeout? Little Kodak. Look at what the defense is doing. They have 4 DBs back standing on the goal line. 5 defensive linemen on the line, and then 2 linebackers. You know, the Hail Mary, you can throw it up there. I love the plays where you throw it underneath, catch that ball, you have 4 DBs standing on the goal line there, and then make a play off of that. Maybe a pitch or throwback across the field. Same look here up front with the 5 defensive linemen.
Let's see Bridgewater put his back into it on 4th down. Final seconds come off the clock. Bridgewater is trying to find some daylight. Throws it over the middle. It is complete. This is Melvin Gordon into some open real estate. And Gordon is going to be brought down. There's a marker. What's the call here? If it's an offensive penalty, of course, that'll be the end of the half.
There's going to be a block in the back on Denver.
It's a 30-yard pickup.
There's no foul on the play. The half is over.
Well, Jacksonville had that impressive game-opening drive. Since then, only 47 yards of total offense. Halftime, 10-7 Denver. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
We
certainly looked like Bridgewater could be the guy they've been looking for. Bridgewater a $189 and a touchdown in the first half. Lawrence 10 of 23, 93 in that early score to Marvin Jones. As Denver will bring its offense onto the field. How about our first ever edition of the Philly Files? Jay, what do you have for us?
Well, got some adjustments here. Denver, more crossing routes, man beaters, the rub routes, getting guys lost in coverage, running across and away from that man coverage. And for Jacksonville, really, you just brought it up, Spiro. Go back to Marvin Jones. So effective on that first drive. Hit 4 receptions for 49 yards, and he was getting open all throughout that half. I think they need to continue to exploit that matchup.
Bridgewater and company will begin from their own 25-yard line as Marvin Jones trying to get those limbs warmed up. Broncos a winner at the Giants last week. And the Jags that lopsided loss in Houston playing their home debut. Here's Melvin Gordon running right, picks up 2, maybe 3 to get the second half started for Denver. Andrew Wingard on the tackle.
Teddy Bridgewater 15 for 21, 189 yards and a touchdown. Very efficient first half again. They missed on a couple of their deep shots. They went to Cortland Sutton a couple times and Hamler a couple times and weren't able to connect and get those big plays.
A lot made of how the snaps were split last week by Pat Shurmur between Gordon and the rookie Williams. They played 33 snaps each last week. And this kid Williams is going to be a big, big part of this Broncos offense. 2nd and 7. Bridgewater fakes the handoff. Is going to take another chance up the seam. Sutton had a step. And Bridgewater with a masterful pass.
There's the big play that I was talking about, Spiro. Hitting Cortland Sutton. They missed a couple times in the first half. I want you to watch here. Hamler is going to run like this. He's going to draw the safety coverage, and then Cortland Sutton coming right in behind him. Nice concept, layered routes, drawing the safety coverage. Watch Winger come across, and then Cortland Sutton run right in behind him. Perfect pass by Teddy Bridgewater.
A 55-yard connection as Cortland Sutton. They needed him to play a bigger role in the absence of Jerry Jeudy. And he has come to play so far here in week 2. Fresh set of downs. Gordon taking on tacklers. Again, Jeudy, that high ankle sprain, an injury, Jay, that looked even worse than that. And there were some fears that he could be a season-ending injury. We'll get him back at some point. But Cortland Sutton picking up some of the slack.
Well, Judy was a big loss. Had 6 receptions and 72 yards before he got hurt last week. And he got hurt on the series that Hamler dropped the long touchdown where he's wide open. KJ Hamler talked about how he kind of blamed himself for Judy's injury.
Here come the Jags. Bridgewater gets it out quickly. It's caught. Fant breaking a tackle, and he's in for the Denver touchdown. "14 yards on the catch and run by Fant. Denver builds on its lead."
Just a quick out route by Fant. Teddy Bridgewater getting rid of the ball quickly, and then Fant so strong, runs through the arm tackle, gets into the end zone.
Fant, who missed a chunk of camp in the preseason with a knee injury. There was some concerns. Would he be ready for the opener? Their leader in catches last year. His 7th career touchdown catch and his first here in 2021. And Teddy Bridgewater continues to roll, leading this Broncos offense. Up 10 on CBS. Sutton and Noah Fant to score. Bunch action. Bronco bunch. What a start for Bridgewater in this Broncos offense. 17 unanswered points after the Jags jumped on him with that game opening drive. Injury update now for Denver, and the news is not good. Bradley Chubb downgraded to out, ankle injury, and Josie Jewell, who left the game with a shoulder, has also been ruled out to return, already without Ronald Darby. So Denver playing well, but now this developing story, they just can't avoid the injury bug early on.
Yeah, Malik Reed, he had 13 starts last year. He'll step in and play a much bigger role with Chubb out.
How does this Jacksonville offense now react? Play action from Lawrence underneath after the fake handoff, Marvin Jones. So, Jay, now the question, you're down 10 if you're Jacksonville. Do you stick true to your game plan? They've been very well balanced with the run and pass.
I think you do. They got away from it last week, and it put them in a bad situation that led to turnovers and led to throwing so many pass plays last week. And I think you got to continue to run the ball. You have an excellent running back. Continue to take shots. Look to Marvin Jones. Spiro, 43 times last year, a team rallied from 10 points or more down to come back and win that game. It happened three times in week 1. So you're not out of it.
Pitch play. Robinson trying to find the edge. This is a Jacksonville team that has lost 16 straight games. You have to go all the way back to the opening game of last season. A win over the Colts. They're actually one loss away from matching the longest streak in the league over the last 20 years.
Cam Robinson's got an opportunity. If he makes that play on Kareem Jackson, it's a really big run. And Kareem Jackson, who is such an excellent safety, stepping up and tackling, comes right around Cam Robinson and makes that play. Jacksonville had an opportunity for a big run there.
Where does Lawrence go here on 3rd and 6? Lawrence buried. Von Miller. And already his 3rd sack of the young season. Any questions about whether Von Miller could get back to his elite status? He has put those to bed quickly.
You can't block Von Miller with a chip tight end. I don't understand that at all. You have to account for him, know where he is, have somebody assigned to him all the time, especially with Chubb out. Nobody blocked him, and that's just way too easy for Von Miller.
So the Jags go 3 and out. Fair catch signaled here by Deontay Spencer. And this will be down by the Jags inside the 20. It's a 57-yard punt by Logan Cook. Broncos bite. Here's for the Broncos in terms of the Hall of Fame. Peyton Manning, John Lynch, and of course Steve Atwater. Von Miller trying to get some oxygen. And well deserved. Von Miller, of course, one day will be in Canton. 3rd sack of the season already from Miller in his 2nd game since returning from that significant ankle injury. Bridgewater, look out. First time they've gotten to Bridgewater. Andrew Wingard able to get there for the Jags. Wingard, a rough outing last week, was actually pulled in the second half. And now this Jacksonville defense dealing with some injuries. C.J. Henderson is dealing with a hip injury. Jacksonville has told us that his return is questionable.
Tyson Campbell was in there for C.J. Henderson. That's who I circled beforehand. They had Hamler, and they were trying to take a shot against Tyson Campbell.
Chris Claybrooks, their second-year backup corner, also out there for Urban Meyer. On 2nd and 11, this is the rookie Williams. Williams still on his feet. This kid's so impressive. That's going to be a first down run for the Broncos. He picks up 15 yards. So tough.
Good blocking up front, but I love the physical running. Nice little jump cut and then just running over tacklers. Not going down.
Williams, the 35th overall pick. Hard to believe he didn't get much love aside from North Carolina in terms of the big schools coming out of high school. But this kid already a legit 3-down back. Terrific in pass protection. And what a start for him. Bridgewater sacked again. Teddy Bridgewater never had a chance, and it's the former Bronco, Adam Gotsis. Gotsis' first 4 years of his career with Denver, the former second-round pick.
Well, they desperately need to get some production from somebody outside of Josh Allen. Have to make Teddy Bridgewater be uncomfortable in that pocket. If he's able to stand in there and deliver, he's going to continue to carve you up. This little game inside leading to a sack.
Bridgewater, quick delivery, fires and finds K.J. Hamler. Quiet till this point. That's his first catch. Actually, it's a pickup of 5. We'll set him up with a 3rd down coming up. Good coverage on the play by Wingard.
Big down here for this Jacksonville defense. Desperately need to get off the field and get the ball back from this offense. Try to generate something and get back in this game. Keep an eye on Josh Allen coming off the edge.
They pick up Allen. Bridgewater sliding, completes. Sutton out across the 40. He's going to be short of the first down. That's a big drive for Jacksonville's defense. You have the sense that maybe the Broncos can go for a knockout punch, but the Jags respond.
Josh Allen on the rush. Very good job there by that offensive line. Sealing enough, not allowing Josh Allen, but got what they needed. Jacksonville got exactly what they needed. Fine, catch it in front of us, rally to the ball, make the tackle, force the punt.
And we told you about all the Jags' defensive issues last year. Bottom half of the league. And just about last in every major statistical category.
False start. Number 27, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It's Nate Hairston. And they will mark him back. Sam Martin will punt it away from right around his own 25-yard line.
Jamal Agnew can be aggressive here. He's going to be a field punt and have an opportunity to return it.
Good punt.
Yeah, just excellent. No opportunity for a return.
48 yards on the punt by Martin. That's exactly what you want from your punter. Jags down 10 on CBS. Right guard with a hamstring injury, return questionable. So Ben Barch, who made 13 appearances last year, mostly as a special teamer, is into the game at right guard for the Jags. 1st and 10 as they begin just outside their own 15-yard line. And boy, how things have quickly caved in on this Jags offense as they lose a yard here. Game opening drive, 73 yards down the field. Since then, 20 yards.
Well, this defense, especially when you have Von Miller and Chubb healthy with their safeties, Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons, I think it can be one of the best defenses in the NFL. They are difficult to go against. They make you have a ton of patience on offense.
Thought maybe that could be a free play for Lawrence as Miller came across early.
Prior to the snap, neutral zone infraction. Number 58, defense. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Yeah, right here, Von Miller just coming in early.
So keep in mind here, the Broncos playing without two of their big defensive starters. Josie Jewell done for the day with his shoulder. And Bradley Chubb in his return is finished with an ankle injury. The Broncos have not confirmed whether it's the same ankle that he was dealing with last week. All we know is that he is done for the day. James Robinson breaking free. Crosses the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Justin Sternad picks up a dozen. And now we have been told that the Broncos have confirmed that it is the same ankle for Chubb.
Oh, that's a bummer. You saw him slam his helmet down in frustration.
Can Fangio's defense continue to tighten the clamps on Jacksonville? See the numbers in total offense. How lopsided it has been. Robinson trying to find some daylight. So, Jay, we asked earlier, can they stick to the game plan down 10? But you have to give the Jags defense all the credit, keeping them within striking distance.
Against this defense, Spiro, it's predicated on not allowing you to hit big plays down the field. You have to have patience. You have to be content hitting the check downs, getting runs 4 or 5 yards at a time. If you get aggressive, if you say, oh, we're down 10, we need to start throwing, that's when you turn the ball over, and that's when they make you pay. So you have to understand that this is what you have to do against this defense and continue to go down the field 5, 6 yards at a time.
That's Chenault in motion, little misdirection. Lawrence feeling the pressure from Miller, slinging it, and it is picked. Intercepted by Jackson. Trevor Lawrence with his first big mistake, and Jackson, the KG vet, with a defensive gem for Denver.
Spiro, Trevor Lawrence had him open. He was late with this ball. You see him open, and you can't do that. Kareem Jackson reading his eyes and making the play.
This is how we...
Teddy Bridgewater in this Denver offense trying to build on a 10-point lead. 4:23 left in this third quarter. Bridgewater's pass a little bit low, and the officials say that, let's see the call initially, and that is, looks like they're still talking about it. If it stands, it's going to be a pickup of 12. On the catch by Cortland Sutton. Well, certainly looked good from that vantage point.
Spectacular job by Cortland Sutton, going down, getting his hands underneath the ball right before it hits the ground. Tough catch.
Wow.
Bringing it in and securing it.
The runner was ruled down by contact at this spot. It's first down.
All right, so they were also determining whether or not he was touched. Boy, what a game that Cortland Sutton is putting together for the Broncos. Griffin coming over. Sutton now 6 targets, making 6 catches on 8 targets. And 133 yards.
Yeah, he's having a big game.
Across the 4-minute mark. Bridgewater 1st and 10 from the Jags 40. Near side, it's caught. Sutton again. And he's just putting it on. This Jags defense, they pick up 9. Let's go back to the pick.
Well, it started with the interception. It's not a bad read. You're going to see Luke Farrell, the tight end, is wide open in the middle of the field. And Trevor's got to throw that ball right now. He waits, he hitches, got a clean pocket, throw it. He doesn't throw it, and Kareem Jackson reads his eyes and goes and makes the play. He just laid on that ball. If he throws it on time, it's a nice completion.
Already 4 picks thrown by Lawrence. Hoping his defense can get him off the hook. 2nd and 1. Bridgewater spins out of the pocket. They'll tuck it away. Takes a little bit of a hit. End of that play. Bridgewater's okay. Forced out of bounds by Gotsis, and that's a first down run for Denver. Jay, just think of Jacksonville and the psychology, the losing streak. A number of these guys weren't here last year, but everyone talking about it. 16 straight losses. Urban Meyer trying to change the culture here.
That's his biggest challenge. Come in and make them believe in themselves. Make them believe that they can come into every game and win.
Here's Gordon trying to cut back, and he's brought down. You know, Meyer, of course, a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve, should we say. And we asked him about coming back after the loss, and he said, sometimes I'll just walk down to the training room, the weight room, talk to the players because they're just so resilient and they pick you up. I looked at Trevor on Monday, and he just bounced back. And sometimes you draw inspiration from that as a coach.
Well, that's why you go get veteran guys like a Shaquille Griffin, though, who's been on in a winning organization, who understands what it takes, who can go and talk to those players, especially the younger ones, and say, this is what it takes. Here's how you win. This is what you need to do. Right now, they could use a play from Shaquille Griffin.
Bridgewater has been terrific. Under pressure, spins away again. On second down, Bridgewater, a little shovel pass. A little trickery. As Albert Okwebunam on the little catch. And it is actually officially a loss of a yard.
I think Teddy Bridgewater felt it on that last run, said, I don't want it here. You can have it. We're not going to get much yardage anyways. They're in field goal range already, so if you're Teddy Bridgewater looking for the first down here. Cortland Sutton has been his man today. 8 receptions, 153 yards. He's up top.
Let me try that again. Okwebunam. Looks like Denver is going to burn a timeout on 3rd and 8 with a $1:12 left to play in this third quarter.
Timeout. Denver, their first 30-second timeout.
Again, Teddy Bridgewater just in complete command of this Denver offense. Saturday, a college football doubleheader on CBS begins at noon Eastern. A Mountain West matchup between Boise State and Utah State. Then at 3:30, the SEC on CBS features 7th-ranked Texas A&M taking on number 16 Arkansas. Full afternoon of college football next Saturday right here on CBS. Saw Vic Fangio, Drew Lock on that Denver sideline. Of course, Lock and Bridgewater entrenched in that quarterback battle. Fangio announcing the starter towards the end of the preseason, and what a decision that's turned out to be.
Last year, -16 in turnover differential, worst in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater does not put the ball in harm's way. He's so smart, understands where to go, and doesn't take chances.
Third and 8. Bridgewater's pass a little bit high for Patrick. And on 4th down, Vic Fangio will send out Brandon McManus in his field goal unit. But again, that Jacksonville defense able to hold.
Yeah, big stop for the Jacksonville defense. Give them an opportunity. Try and keep it a 2-score game. But even that pass by Teddy Bridgewater, he puts it where only his receiver can go get it. It's not in harm's way. If he goes up and makes the play, great. If not, we still have a field goal attempt.
So here's McManus, hit from 32. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Tire operation is perfect, and so is McManus. And the Denver Broncos tack on 3 more. 20-7 with 64 seconds left as Trevor Lawrence awaits his next chance. Well, September is Hunger Action Month, and on Tuesday, the Jaguars Foundation, with help from alumni Kyle Brady and Kevin Hardy, joined volunteers from Feeding Northeast Florida to distribute food to more than 150 families here in the Jacksonville area. Terrific initiative by Shad Khan and his organization. And now they're hoping that their Jaguars in the field
they need a little of that energy. They got to come out here, find a way to put a drive together and start making some plays and try and get back in this game.
Jackson DeVille trying to get him riled up. Teddy Bridgewater Just you love everything about him, his demeanor, everything that young man has been through. What a start to the season in his Denver career. Bridgewater 22 of 29, 293 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Right now, Spiro, the time of possession almost 11 minutes in favor of Denver. Last week it was just over 10 minutes for the game. Teddy Bridgewater in that offense, marching down the field, being efficient, taking up time, keeping the defense fresh, and then that defense not allowing big plays. That's why I said schematically they line up really well together. The offense now with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback and the defense of this Vic Fangio defense. These safeties who are so good, it's hard to make plays and get back in games if you get down.
Lawrence and company begin from their own 25 with 1:04 left in the quarter. Little RPO action, and Lawrence's pass is incomplete. Intended for the tight end. Luke Farrell will now check the marker.
Not the start you wanted here, Spiro. This is going to go against Jacksonville, and they drop the pass. It's going to be holding.
You know, Luke Farrell is listed as their number 4 tight end. He's now their backup. James O'Shaughnessy dealing with an ankle. Jacob Hollister inactive today. So the rookie Farrell
is taking a long time. He's asking Vic if he wants to accept this or not. He could decline it.
Holding. Number 68, offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's Andrew Norwell.
Right here. Gets on his edge and just grabs a hold of him and pulls the jersey.
Still no A.J. Cann for the Jags. Jay, so they're down their starter at right guard. Ben Barch is into the game. Cann dealing with a hamstring injury. There's some movement pre-snap. There's Draymond Jones, who came across for the Broncos.
Encroachment. Number 93, defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
There's Jones, who actually played for Urban Meyer at Ohio State. Had some interesting comments, I'd say, this week about Meyer having to kind of change
that transition.
It up.
Yeah. His defense alive, and you get backed up. First and long, they start licking their chops, trying to get off and get a sack.
Lawrence on 1st and 15 underneath to Robinson, breaks the initial tackle. This kid Robinson's so tough once he's able to get those pads lowered. Downhill, tackled by Fuller as Robinson picks up 11.
He needs to be the focal point of this offense. He was last year. We talked about over 1,400 total yards, 5th in the NFL. The offense needs to go through him, running the ball effectively, hitting play action shots, getting him in the outside the line of scrimmage and getting him the ball and making it easier for Trevor Lawrence.
Lawrence on 2nd and 9. That pass dangerous. And that was nearly picked. Trying to thread the needle to chart, but Bryce Callahan, who has been just marvelous today for the Broncos, was there. And you can make a pretty strong case that this might be the best secondary in the NFL.
Well, I think the safety tandems of Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons it's the best safety tandem in the NFL. You look around in Buffalo, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, and Kansas City with Tyrann Mathieu and Thornhill, maybe Seattle with Diggs and Adams, but this safety tandem, they're interchangeable. They make it really difficult on quarterbacks, and they can make plays.
Of course, they're down one of their starting corners, Ronald Darby. Lawrence running for his life. Nearly threw that one into harm's way. So not the drive that Urban Meyer was looking for from his offense. Lawrence uncomfortable. And Von Miller just keeps on coming.
He's had a great start to this season in the backfield, making plays, getting sacks. That defensive line and then secondary work in conjunction together.
Good looking punt. This is Spencer. Spencer off the sideline will get out of bounds. As Denver will terrific starting field position, 64 yards on the punt. And Teddy Bridgewater back onto the field. Spiro Ditas and Jay Feely. Good first half for Trevor Lawrence, but this Denver defense now starting to make him uncomfortable.
I said earlier, this Denver defense could be one of the best in the NFL. You know, if they can get Chubb healthy again, with him and Von Miller coming off the edges, the secondary, and how good those safeties are, they make it really hard, especially on young quarterbacks.
The play has not been marked.
So they'll run one play here with a second left as they mark the football at the 35. Look at the discrepancy in total yards. Jacksonville unable to find answers behind Trevor Lawrence. Bridgewater goes play action. Sidearm delivery. And that's Albert Okwuegbunam on another catch. That'll take us to the end of 3 in Jacksonville, 20-7 Denver. You're watching the NFL on. Here's your score by quarter as we welcome you back. TIAA Bank Field, just outside downtown Jacksonville. Spiro Ditas, Jay Feely, our producer Jason Ross, Jim Cornell, our director, rest of our terrific CBS crew. Intermittent rain. And so far it has been nothing but clear skies for Denver. Looking for a second straight win to open their season. Teddy Bridgewater on the pitch to Williams. Now, Jay, you think of where Teddy Bridgewater was. Second year in the league, he was 23, leading the Vikings to that 11-win season, a Pro Bowler. Then the following August, that devastating left leg injury, ACL dislocation. His surgeon at the time likened the injury to a war wound. And it took him nearly 2 full years to come back. Just incredible how far he's come.
He told us there was a moment he wasn't sure, you know, if he was going to be able to come back, especially when he started to lose feeling in that leg. And it's been a long road, but I think he's in the right spot at the right time, and this is the right quarterback for this offense.
Third and short. Williams didn't get it. Shaq Griffin coming up with a punch.
Much needed play for this defense. Damian Wilson, Shaq Griffin coming in there. Josh Allen as well.
Big offseason acquisition by Trent Baalke, Jacksonville's new general manager. Former Pro Bowler in Seattle was Griffin. And one of his biggest plays of the day.
You got to sit in there and not jump off sides. This is where long snapper could kind of try and draw you off.
Agnew back deep. Sam Martin's had a big day and another booming punt. All the way down to the Jags 10, 45 yards. All Denver up 13, fourth quarter.
Yeah, a win feels good. But you know what feels better? A BetMGM win. Hitting overs, hitting unders, covering those spreads. Woo! That's how we do, baby. Now hold on a second. Now you're winning with the king of sportsbooks. Let's go.
Jacksonville old, but they're down 20-7. Lawrence taking a shot on first down intended for Jones. And it's incomplete. Jones got a good start, but has been quiet since. But this Broncos defense starting to tighten its vice grip.
They make it so hard, especially on young quarterbacks. I highlighted that cover 2 shell that they start with, and then they post-snap shift to give you a different look, and you have to be able to see it. And their safeties are playmakers. Jackson coming across and getting that interception, and they have depth. Even though they're missing guys, they're able to continue to put somebody in there. This system is a system that is becoming very much in vogue in the NFL now.
Lawrence play action. Von Miller coming again. Thought he was held on the play. Lawrence is going to run for it out across the 20. And that'll be a first down run by Lawrence. A pickup of 11 and a much-needed first down for the Jags. Let's get another NFL Today update. James Brown.
Old style, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh
Raiders.
Steelers trying to mount another comeback. Najee Harris takes that swing pass from 25 yards out. He'll take it in for the rest of the way. The Raiders' lead is now 16-14 in Pittsburgh. It's been a little chippy there as well.
Spiro, just like it is in our studio with these guys. Spiro and Jay.
JB playing referee as he always does so masterfully. Here's Robinson. First down run. Robinson again breaking the initial tackle as he has done so much. Malik Reed on the tackle. So Denver defense again, no Bradley Chubb, re-aggravating his ankle injury that kept him out last week. No Darby, no Jewell. Trying to get off the field.
For the past half-decade, Spiro, the Shanahan coaching tree was really the focus of the spotlight in the NFL, how effective it was at attacking Pete Carroll's defensive dominance and how it shifted. It's shifting again now with this Vic Fangio defense, and we saw Brandon Staley running it last week with the Chargers. Really, you're seeing a defensive evolution again in the NFL.
Lawrence protected beautifully. Up the seam, incomplete. Jones was the intended receiver, and he was open. Lawrence unable to find him. Justin Simmons on a tackle.
He had him. He had an opportunity. You're down 2 scores. Those are the kind of plays that you got to hit to get back in this game. And he had Jones there. If he hits him in stride, it's a touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence is now 2 of his last 13 pass attempts, including the interception. Again, the psychology of a young quarterback with the weight of this franchise on his back, and this is going to be another offensive penalty.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's Tyron Johnson, who was a surprise cut by the Chargers at the end of camp, claimed by the Jags the very next day. And Jay, that's a killer.
What's what we talked about at the beginning of the game? You know, that rookie quarterback since 2011, 4-10 against this Vic Fangio defense. He makes it difficult because everything is post-snap. So if Trevor Lawrence gets the ball, the entire picture changes. If you're doing play action, you turn your head away. When you come back around, it's a whole brand new picture. It's so hard for young quarterbacks to be able to diagnose that and be effective.
Where does the rookie go here? 3rd down pass up into traffic again. He's been thrown into double coverage for much of the day, unable to find Chark. And Trevor Lawrence took a shot. Kareem Jackson and Pat Surtain were there for Denver.
Foul, roughing the passer. Number 93, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh, I'm glad he's okay. Those are the type of plays that the whole reason why they have this rule, to protect those. You think of Carson Palmer when he got his knee blown out in the playoff game, and Tom Brady when he did in the first game of the season. There's a reason why you cannot initiate contact below the knees. They're trying to keep those ACLs of those quarterbacks healthy. Thank goodness Trevor Lawrence is up and okay.
Well, that's how quickly the fortunes of a franchise can turn in the NFL. Draymond Jones penalized and played for Urban Meyer at Ohio State. And everyone exhaling here in Jacksonville. Fresh set of downs. Lawrence, who somehow came away from that play okay, completes on a dart to Jones.
It looked awful. You know,
So
really
that's got to get the juices flowing physically if you're Lawrence.
Maybe for you, you're not the one taking the hit.
That was scary. So Jones coming off the field. And a little bit of an earful from Shelby Harris. It's only a 13-point game. Penalty on Jones. Might that breathe some life into this Jags offense. Play action on 2nd down. Nowhere to go down the field. Robinson, first down and more.
I like it. Help your quarterback out. Nice little play action, and then find Robinson. He comes out of the backfield. Get it in your playmaker's hands. If you're the offensive coordinator, help your quarterback out.
13 yards on the catch and run by Robinson. As that clock running past the 11-minute mark. Jacksonville can somehow get into the end zone.
Then they're right back in the game.
It's a 6-point game. see what the officials say here.
Number 68, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Second on Norwell.
Yeah, he had the holding on the last drive. Those are the kind of undisciplined plays that they had a lot last week. Those unforced errors that Urban Meyer knows you cannot win in the NFL. When you have a good drive and you're trying to put something together, you've been stagnant really since the first drive. These type of plays that put you in 1st and 15 are drive killers.
And also the 2 missed field goals, Jay, by Lambeau.
They loom large. You'd be down 1 score, you'd be going trying to tie the game.
Lawrence, another deep ball. And that pass wasn't picked. Yes, it was. Pat Surtain making his first career start has the pick for Denver. Was he in bounds?
I think he was.
Every turnover subject to automatic
There's the
review.
Catch. There's both feet. Did that second foot get down before his hip was down out of bounds? But look at it. Perfect job by Patrick Surtain. There's the foot. Secure
Awfully
the ball.
close.
I didn't see the ball move at all. I think that's an interception.
I'm with you.
And that's a play for a rookie who was getting attacked at the beginning of the game, who's come back and played really well since then. And it's textbook tape, Spiro. You can put that on there.
Ruling on the field was an interception by Denver. First down.
And it's that left elbow of Surtain. Was it down before he got the right foot inbounds? They'll take a closer look at this as we step aside. 20-7 Denver.
Then more by bundling home and car insurance. 5G built right. And by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Pat Surtain with the interception. That's the football back to Teddy Bridgewater and his offense. 20-7 Broncos with 10 and change left in this 4th quarter. Melvin Gordon, a little cutback maneuver, gets out across the 10. So like father, like son, a little serendipity. Pat's father, Patrick Sr., his 2nd career NFL game. Got his first pick, the beginning of what was a just sensational 11 years in the NFL. All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. And Junior does it, Jay, in his 2nd career game. What a moment for him.
37 times for his dad. He made interceptions. I remember watching him so often earlier in my career. Such a great player. That would be a fun conversation. Hey, Dad, you watch me? It was perfect. I'm running stride for stride with them. I got him covered. I turn my head. I find the ball. I make the catch. Just like I taught you, son.
How would he handle the pressure with Ronald Darby on IR as Melvin Gordon gets out to the 20-yard line? Tackled by Winger. Pickup of 8. Let's go back to the NFL for an update. James Brown.
Raiders expanding their lead.
Yeah, you're going to see Derek Carr find Henry Ruggs 61 yards on this bomb. His 2nd touchdown pass of the day. The Raiders take a 23-14 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 4th quarter.
Spiro and Jay.
All right, all kinds of pressure on John Gruden and the Raiders. Big season for them. What a start after their wild one last week. Bridgewater taking a chance up the sideline. Contact. There's the flag. Rayshawn Jenkins on the coverage, colliding with Tim Patrick. Seems like their legs got tangled up.
Number 2, defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It's an automatic first down.
Big one against Jenkins. Free agent acquisition coming over from the Chargers.
The reason he's going to get called here is because he doesn't get his head turned. Patrick Surtain did an excellent job running stride for stride, turning, looking, finding the ball. If Jenkins turns and finds the ball, they probably let that go. Because he doesn't turn and find the ball with his head, they call that.
Turns out to be a 36-yard penalty. Jenkins, the former 4th-round pick, full-time starter for the Chargers each of the last 2 years. And a big one as Denver, much better field position. It's Melvin Gordon on the handoff. Keep in mind for Denver, no Graham Glasgow today. They're starting right guard, irregular heartbeat. Matani Muti making his second career start. Muti has been excellent for them today. Good news for Glasgow. He was out here. He's with the team. Went through his pregame warm-ups. Everything checked out okay. And the hope is that he'll be ready to come back next week. But if you're Vic Fangio, good to know you got depth with this kid Muti.
They really liked Moody. They talked about how powerful he was, the movement that he creates, tough.
A lot of good with this Denver offense so far. That's an understatement. Williams making the first game miss. How impressive is this kid? Looked like he was dead in the water. And he picks up 3. The other thing we mentioned is pass protection ability. That gives Pat Shurmur so much more flexibility. He can interchange him and Gordon on the pass plays.
Which is one of the things that most rookie running backs struggle with the most. It's why they can't be a 3-down back. And that gives them the luxury of using both of these running backs.
See what they've done on 3rd down today. 3rd and 8. Williams, some open real estate. 1st down Broncos, down to the 30. He picks up 14 for Denver.
Well, Pat Shurmur taking advantage of the fact that Jacksonville's thinking they're going to throw the ball here to try to get the 1st down. And then you're going to see Williams just come around the corner here, pull a guard. Nice kick out block there, and Moody with the kick out block. But a really good call by Pat Shurmur. Understanding the situation, going against tendencies, take advantage of that ability to get the 1st down.
See Williams' numbers till this point. Bridgewater to the end zone for Sutton. It's incomplete. And the penalty marker thrown.
Well, Sutton ran out of bounds. You saw him throw his hat, and then he comes back in and touches the ball.
Tyson Campbell was the man on the coverage, the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Georgia. 33rd overall. Now the officials conferencing just outside the end zone.
There's no flag on the play. Although the receiver was out of bounds, the defender was the first to touch the ball.
It's a big play for Campbell. Young man who they think has a very bright future.
Watch Sutton here. There's running out of bounds. So when he comes back in, he can't be the first to touch the ball. They're saying that the Campbell got the touch there. Because of that, there was no penalty.
Campbell thrust into a bigger role here with C.J. Henderson dealing with a hip injury. 2nd and 10 with 6:40 left in regulation. Bridgewater, quick strike to Sutton, but flags whistle the play dead.
False start. Number 87, offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's on Noah Fant. Reminder to keep it here. Coming up, the NFL Today update. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cower take you around the league. Week number 2 in the NFL. It's all next on the NFL Today update. Denver Broncos. Anyone who's followed this team the last couple of years certainly knows the significance of their win last week. They get one here. They're off to a 2-0 start.
And the whole AFC West started 4-0.
Trying to keep pace with the heavyweights in that division. Denver keeps it on the ground. Shurmur trying to stick true to his plan. Javonte Williams, and it will be 3rd down coming up.
The NFC West, the AFC West, which I think are the best divisions on each side, all went 4-0 first week of the season.
Raiders right now beating the Steelers on the road in Pittsburgh. There's Vic Fangio, got his first win in September since taking over Denver last week against the Giants.
Jacksonville desperately needs a stop right here. Try and get the ball back. There's 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You like about half of this if you're Teddy Bridgewater. It's not the first down.
Bridgewater knew he was going to get hit. Completes. That's Tim Patrick. They needed the 20, but a much more favorable field position here for Brandon McManus, as Patrick a little bit late to his feet after a pickup of 11.
Yeah, you could think about going for it, which Vic did 3 times, 3 for 3 last week, but you kick the field goal here, you go up 16 points. It's the right decision.
Timeout. Jacksonville, their first 30-second timeout. Please set the game clock to 5:45, 5:45.
By the way, Teddy Bridgewater, 561 passing yards through 2 games. That's the most over a 2-game period by a Bronco since Peyton Manning, 2013. Not sure anyone could have dreamt up a better start for Teddy Bridgewater with Denver.
Now he's been efficient, he's been effective, he's taken care of the ball, he's taken shots when he had opportunities. 24 for 32, 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. Phenomenal job by Teddy.
Here's McManus, who's hit from 32 and 46. It's officially a 40-yard attempt, and McManus right down the middle. The Broncos 23, the Jags 7, 5 and change left. Is 5 and change away from getting off to what would be a 2-0 start to their season. All the talk in the offseason, maybe Vic Fangio being on the hot seat. 3-0, very much a possibility. Hard to believe. With the Jets coming up next week. Jamal Agnew breaking through a little sliver. Agnew off and running. One man back. It's Ford, and Agnew is in for the touchdown. 102 yards for Jacksonville.
Spiro, you're down 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions. You desperately need somebody to make a play, and Spiro Agnew says, "You could do it on me." Or sorry, Jamal Agnew says, "You can count on me."
Frozen at 20 seconds. The play clock should be frozen at 20 seconds.
No relation to Spiro Agnew.
They run a bounce return. Nick Sorensen says, "Okay, we got to come up with something." We run a bounce return, trying to get them to bite. Agnew just does a wonderful job picking his way through, getting his team right back in this game.
Second career kick return for a touchdown. As Trevor Lawrence in the offense going for 2, trying to cut this to 8, make it a 1-possession game. Lawrence to the end zone, and it's broken up. So that'll keep it a 2-score game. Big play by the Broncos defense. And again, it was Pat Surtain, the rookie who had the pick earlier, in on the coverage.
You're going to see right here, they come out like this, so you're trying to get all the flow coming this way, and then he's going to bounce back here, and you have to set the edge if you're Denver, which they do, but he gets run over. Watch Agnew, here it is, now he bounces back. There's the edge. You have the opportunity to make a play, and it's just all Agnew right there. He just picks his way through, has great vision, and then the speed to be able to get home. Their new special teams coach, Nick Sorensen, he played at a very high level and dialed up the right return at the right time to give his team a chance to get back into this game.
Agnew sensational as a return man his first 4 years in Detroit, and then the 2-point try by Lawrence. Tough throw off his back foot. Jay and Surtain there to bat it down. Intended for Jones.
That was a huge play. I mean, if you could get that 2-point conversion, all of a sudden Denver feels like we're in control of this game. We're fine. We got a 16-point lead. You get that 2-point conversion, you're down 8. Now all you need is 1 stop and the ball back. You didn't get it. Now you're down 10 with 5 minutes and 26 seconds left. But you're here. You're in the hunt. They could be doing an onside kick here.
Play clock down. It's down to 0. Well, now the officials
delay a game. Jacksonville, 5-yard penalty. free kick.
Jay, that's something you don't see very often.
I don't think I ever had a delay game in 14 years on a kickoff.
Again, the communication issues that they had last week.
They're hitting an onside kick for sure. You can see Josh Lambo putting the ball without a tee on the ground. He's trying to get a little spinner kick here. See this ball on the ground without a tee. He's going to hit the end of it and just try and get it to spin, probably right here. There it is.
Didn't quite take the bounce at the end there that he was looking for. Eric Saubert is there to cover it up. That Agnew return, longest, by the way, in franchise history.
He hit that ball left-footed. It's really surprising for a guy who's a right-footed kicker. I've never seen a guy kick the ball with his opposite foot before.
So now Teddy Bridgewater and his offense back onto the field. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Still 5 and change left. So much clock left in this game. Broncos still looking for that knockout punch. Gordon long setback. Fake handoff. Bridgewater on the rollout. Completes. Okwuegbunam with another catch. That'll be a first down for Denver, a pickup of 14, and that clock running.
That was an important play. Jacksonville needed this stop there. Keep him out of field goal range. Try and force a punt and get that ball back. Down 10 now. If you're Denver, you can just bleed this clock and continue to go down and try to, at a minimum, kick a field goal.
Albert Okwuegbunam, last year that devastating ACL tear, week 7. Cutting short what was a promising rookie year. Big piece of this 21 Denver offense.
They got 2 excellent tight ends.
Bridgewater, quick release. It's Cortland Sutton again down at the 20. Sutton's big day continues. That'll be his 9th catch. Picks up 6 as he approaches 160 yards in the air.
He said he was feeling good after last week. He only had 1 reception last week, but told us in our meetings, I'm feeling it. That was really big for me and my confidence to go out there last week, make cuts and run routes and feel good. Certainly feel a whole lot better after going out there having 9 catches for 159 yards today.
And crazy, he told us it was the first surgery he's ever undergone. So many ups and downs, part of the rehab. But boy, is he back. And they desperately need production from him with Jerry Jeudy on the shelf. That's Melvin Gordon. As the clock now down to 3:45.
Timeout. Jacksonville, their second.
So Urban Meyer will take his second timeout as Denver readies for a 3rd and 3. Reminder, coming up next, game 2 of our NFL on CBS doubleheader. As we expect lots of points with 2 of the NFL's best offenses. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys out west for a showdown with Justin Herbert and the Chargers. It's all coming up next right here on CBS.
We did those Chargers last week. Justin Herbert, you see the numbers, 31 for 47, 337. I'm such a huge fan of his. I just love the way that he plays the game. Stepped in last year as a rookie, played excellent despite not the best conditions out there. They get a coaching change. I really like the staff that they have there. I think they're going to develop him, and Brandon Staley's going to continue to build that Vic Fangio defense there.
It'll be a fun year in the AFC West, that's for sure. Broncos hoping to be there at the end as well, as Melvin Gordon spins his way down close to the 15-yard line. So Urban Meyer has 1 more timeout left in his back pocket, plus the 2-minute warning.
I'm surprised he didn't take it there, Spiro. You took it on 2nd down. Why wouldn't you take it again right here and save those 40 seconds? You're basically saying this is it right here. For Denver, you got 4th and 1. It's another interesting decision. You know, do we kick the field goal and go up 13, or you try and go for it on 4th down? Vic's going to let it run all the way down and then call a timeout. I think he goes for it.
Offense on the field.
I think he's going to call a timeout here.
Fangio went for it 3 times last week. They converted all 3 of them in the win against the Giants. And we'll see what Fangio and the Broncos do right here. 1 of 1 on 4th down tries today. Again, the importance for the Broncos of getting off to a good start. A couple of years ago, Fangio's first year, they started 0-4, 0-3 start last year.
Well,
Everything changes.
We'll see him play the Jets next week, and that's a struggling team with the rookie quarterback. You have the opportunity to start 3-0, and then you got the meat of your schedule coming up. You got the Ravens, the Steelers, the Raiders, and the Browns after that. So important for this team to get off to a fast start.
The 3 non-playoff teams from a year ago for Denver to begin their season. Teddy Bridgewater and the offense staying on the field. Jay, you like this?
I do. I like this call. Vic Fangio said, I go by gut, but analytics would tell him to go for this as well.
4th and 1. Bridgewater appears to have it. No signal yet. Officials trying to get to the bottom of the pile. First down, Denver. And Jay, you're a player on this team. You just have to love your head coach empowering you with those types of decisions. Trying to put this game on ice.
Well, that offensive line has got to love it. He did it 3 times last week, 2 times today, and that offensive line led by one of the best offensive line coaches in the entire league, Mike Munchak, and he's got his guys playing a lot better this year. They're a much better offensive line, and he's done an excellent job of understanding how to coach them. You know, their left tackle, Garrett Bowles, he's the perfect example. Struggled mightily at the beginning of his career. And what did Mike Munchak do? He said, you know what, I got to find a different way to coach this guy. And found a way to reach him, and he's been a different player since then. That's what great coaches do. And that's a credit to Mike Munchak, and he's got him playing well. He's got a quarterback who's efficient.
All-Pro was Bowles last year in what was a tremendous bounce-back season. Didn't allow a sack, and of course they rewarded him with that big extension at the end of November. Javonte Williams taking on tacklers inside the 10, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Denver Broncos 2 minutes away from a 2nd straight win to begin their season.
With FanDuel Fantasy, you can make your dream team a reality again and again. Make your pulse go up and down and up again when your team rises in the ranks with every play all day long. And if you get your lineup just right, you can make big season-long wins without the season-long waits. Make every small moment add up to one big moment with FanDuel Fantasy. New customers play free for $1 million. FanDuel, make every moment more.
I've always been running, to meetings, errands. Now I'm running for me. I've always dreamed of seeing the world, but I'm not chasing my dream anymore. I made a financial plan to live it every day.
There was a dream. One day I could see it.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
Finally, the perfect ratio of crispy, juicy, tender chicken to pickles to pillowy potato bun, which gives you the perfect ratio of chicken sandwich in every bite of chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For all of us who weren't born yesterday, there's Consumer Cellular, where you get exceptional value like talk, text, and data for only $20 a month and connect to 99% of the U.S. population. Premium wireless for less. Switch today. Go online or find us at Target.
You found any survivors?
No survivors.
What took so long?
I get it. He's your boss.
His family. His family.
This isn't how it ends.
His family.
NCIS moves to Mondays. Monday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Northwestern Mutual. You dream it, we'll help you plan for it. And by Consumer Cellular.
Well, the Broncos well represented wherever they go on the NFL circuit. All kinds of orange and blue in the seats here in Jacksonville. Trying to get their second win of the season. 2nd and 4 from the Jacksonville 10-yard line. Hand off to Williams down inside the 5. And again, big part of the story is this will be a 1st and goal. This offensive line, you just started to talk about Garrett Bowles. You know, no Glasgow today, but Munchak and everything that they've built, getting this group in gear.
And their center, Lloyd Cushenberry, deserves a lot of credit. Much improved already this year. You know, last year had a tough season, a tough rookie year, and he's another guy that Mike Munchak has helped develop and become better. I really like Reisner, and Bobby Massey was a good pickup for them as well. Very solid player, a good addition, and Moody's played well today. So that entire offensive line, you can keep Teddy Bridgewater clean and give him time, he will pick teams apart.
They're going to run this clock out. No timeout taken by Urban Meyer. And boy, that excitement level in the Mile High City is going to ratchet up even more. 2 wins to begin the season. And the talk of Vic Fangio maybe being on the hot seat before the season. What a start for him, as they'll have a chance to go to 3-0 next week in their home opener against the Jets.
Those 2 missed field goals loom large right now. Josh Lambo has been excellent since he came here. 71 for 75 since signing with this team. But those 2 missed kicks were really big right now.
Urban Meyer on the other side. 0-2 start to his tenure. As that will do it. Well, Meyer learning very quickly there is a target on his back. All the outside noise, had to answer questions about the USC opening this week that he quickly put to bed.
There's a lot of vitriol out there for him, and I think a lot of it's unfair and unjust. I mean, he's just trying to establish himself as a rookie coach in the NFL. He's got a rookie quarterback. They're going to both have to have a lot of mental toughness.
What a start for Teddy Bridgewater. Meantime, 26 of 34 for 328 and 2 touchdowns, as he has the Broncos at 2-0 with the Jets on tap. Von Miller, another sack to get his total to 3 through the first 2 weeks.
Big question going into next week for the Broncos will be those